Okay, nerds.
I feel it in my face.
Make sure the thing's working.
Oh, it's cute.
Alright, well this is PodSpill. I was telling them about PodSpill today at the rec, and my friend Kelly, and she was like, so you guys talk about like fitness and stuff? Oh, you should see us. It's awesome because we're all over like 6'2". We all weigh over 250 pounds, and none of us do anything.
I'm 340.
I mean, you're like a solid foot taller than me. You're like, it's 7 inches. 7 inches.
Going with the bones. Yeah. My knees, like...
You just don't... I wasn't like a mean thing. Like, you just don't look like you're 340.
That's how it is. Like, most people are
like, I feel like if you weighed as much as me, you'd literally be jacked.
Yeah.
Like, fucking shredded to the gills.
But then I'm like... I work outside for a little bit. I'm like, how do people, like, work out?
He's crawling through the weeds.
So bad.
She goes, where are you? We just got out here.
Yeah, pretty much.
She's like doing laps around.
And then
she's cutting down the grass with a scythe.
Yep.
That's my scythe. That's a one-handed scythe.
Literally, it took like... She was like, okay, it's too hot. Let's take a break. And we're sitting and we're just talking. She's like, I've been out here since 6:30. I was like...
It was like 7:15. Okay, John's got to leave in 50 minutes.
No, I'm good. We're not doing the hating anything thing anymore. So we have till 5:30.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because it's a whole story.
Yeah, he just canceled. Do like a dinner or something on Friday? Like a farewell dinner? Like, or lunch? Or
after 7. Yeah, I'm good with that.
You're like, honestly, I can count my friends on like one hand, and you guys hit it, so I figure I should say goodbye to you.
Any medium you take.
You want to talk about the Avengers?
Yeah, let's talk about
I think so.
This is where you can throw in the bagpipes.
Yeah, bagpipes here.
So the music for
this is my idea, and it's good.
First off, I want to get out. Sandman did it first. I gotta say it. That was a great meme.
Fuck you.
It was a great meme. It was beautiful. Loved it.
God. So okay, I ended up seeing this a second time, other than the time that we saw it, and I think the movie still holds up. Obviously, like, obviously there's like not the surprise factor, like the unspoiled like version of it. So like even the deaths are like, not all the deaths have weight. I think.
No, it's disproportionate. Definitely.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Loki more so just because it was like
I felt that one too. Yeah,
I think I liked Tom Hiddleston. The actual death of Loki wasn't a big deal. It was the fact that it was the first death. I felt like.
I also think it was weird. Like, I thought not weird. I thought it was really well done. They did a very good job, specifically in that first scene, pretty much making the audience feel like, are they going to motherfucking kill Thor, or are they going to kill Loki?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't 100% sure, because I don't know what the future is of Thor and all that, and out of everything that happened, killing Thor right off the bat would have been interesting, because then you
Thank God they didn't.
Right, I'm with you too. I love Chris Hemsworth, but
that
would have made way for female Thor.
Where he's like, found out I had a sister.
Oh,
she killed my dad died. She came back from hell.
Yeah. So what about your mom? Dead too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was really cool though, because Rocket,
he gets the short end of the stick.
He does, and no one realizes that. And I think that was really cool to do that, especially with Rocket, because Rocket's always been this nihilistic little fucking cat who always tries to, like, I don't know, he gets depressed a lot. Like, that was Guardians 2. He was just, like, acting out because he's fucking angry and all that. Right. But, like, to see someone else, like, literally have everything taken away, that was... And then him giving him the eye was such a... little, and they stuck with that the whole time.
They kind of leave out the part about Rocket. Like, they mention it in passing, but he's literally an animal they made sentient and then tortured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like... Rocket's got reason to be sad.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. And I'm not saying he doesn't have reason, but I'm saying, like, to put him with Thor, like, and then do that scene, really, I think for him,
at first
he was able to compartmentalize his shit because he's like, I gotta help this guy and do some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's always been Rocket's, like, mentality. But, like, once you see someone, you're like, oh, this guy's, like, just been, I don't even know how he's done this.
At first I was like, this is, like, a really odd pairing, but I think that's kind of, like, Marvel's MO to an extent. Like, obviously, the entire, like, Guardians of the Galaxy are just a bunch of, like, misfits.
And they all, except for Rocket...
Yes.
Yeah, they're all dead. They're all dead.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. At least most of them disintegrated. Gamora is confirmed dead.
Yes. I think so. I think what's going to happen is that the people who disintegrated will come back.
Nebula is also alive.
Oh,
Yes.
good call.
But I
Technically-
think the ones that like Gamora that died.
Yeah, the people who were like,
I think so too.
So I think they just made the biggest villain in Marvel, Star-Lord.
Oof.
Literally the most hated person right now.
Oh,
Literally caused the death of everyone.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I get the whole like, oh, I'm pissed off. It's like, dude, literally, like the gauntlet is here.
Honestly, for a little bit, I didn't quite understand that was the pivotal moment that he caused all of this because of his emotional reactions. But I love the memes that are also trying to defend him, whereas like he literally did anything any other human would feel. Like during grief, that's generally probably the human reaction.
Why did no one grab him beforehand?
I don't know. That was Spider-Man could have been like, "Oh shit," like real quick.
Yeah.
But like he did not do that. Like
because honestly, like Thanos, the Josh Brolin was great and relatable and understandable.
Yeah.
Now again, you can't really ever understand, killing half of people,
Sure,
but he had a real reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chris Pratt just comes up like, "You killed this girl?
Yeah.
Punch you."
Yeah.
God.
I think it was the only thing they really could have done to do
Gamora
something
hit
like
hard,
that.
though. That was sad.
Yeah.
When he turned around, I read Skull just being like the creepy like background, like he's not crying about himself.
And I honestly think that was foreshadowing. I think that was like Gamora was us, and they were like, "We're doing this. Good luck." And then they like disappear Black Panther, and half the fucking movie theater is like, "What the hell just happened?"
I don't think they knew Black Panther was going to be.
I didn't think so either.
I think that's what happened. Is that they made all these decisions. Black Panther blew up, and they're like, can't really undo it.
Yeah.
It's too late because I mean a lot of it rode on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
I almost cared about the Vision there for a moment too.
I did.
A quarter second, I was just like, "Oh God, dude!"
I saw a bunch of articles that said it redeemed his scene in Age of Ultron.
His death was the funniest shit.
One?
It was the funniest shit ever.
When he brings him
His
back.
girlfriend kills him. She's like, "Oh, thank God, we don't have to suffer anymore." Thanos is like, and then like turns back time, kills him again.
What a bunch of selfish assholes, though.
I mean,
the whole Vision. I was so mad at all of them. I'm like, okay. I really understand that he's almost sort of kind of almost a human being, almost, but still a computer. But no one's willing to just be like, "I'll kill him.
I think that
I'll do it right now."
And I think the only reason why none of that was talked about because that mentality was essentially what we saw in Civil War. That was the whole point of Civil War. That
because
even the
Bucky
individuals,
was the one,
right? So since they went with the Captain America.
Human.
I know, but since they went with the Captain America ideal, whereas, even though Bucky Barnes is fucking crazy, one person who's a friend, who's misunderstood, we need to kill all those other agents. Because they do that.
Kills people.
And then Tony Stark's the one who's at fault because he's just trying to get some regulation in the superhero industry. But
I thought the whole scene with Mark Ruffalo when he's trying to explain, like, what's happened since the whole... And Mark Ruffalo's just like, well, just call him. Who cares? Just call the guy.
Literally, like, stop it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I think, like, if they wouldn't have landed, I'm pretty sure Tony would have been like, okay, there's some weird shit.
I almost cried when Iron Man got stabbed. It was
that was a rough one.
He's the deck.
You audibly were like, and I was like, oh
no. I was close. I couldn't believe it. That was him.
Yep.
That he what?
That he was the one who was going to get killed.
But he didn't.
Because
they were like, we're going to get you. And then they're like, fuck you, we're taking away like 10 more people.
Yeah. Dang.
Oh, you feel good about Iron Man? That sucks.
How about watching Spider-Man go away in his arms?
I don't know. I think Thanos is like the most compelling villain that they've ever had in any
Their villains have never been very good.
Not really. I think back when Bucky was the Winter Soldier and he was a technical enemy or whatever. I think he was. I think that's the Winter Soldier still a great film, but I think this obviously tops it. And then I think that Killmonger from Black Panther was also extremely good, but this has just been completely on a different level.
I really like the original Iron Man. What was it, Jebediah or Obadiah?
Obadiah's.
I kind of liked him, but he was
Jeff Bridges.
He was really the only one who was just kind of he seemed like a supervillain to me. Like,
Yeah.
he was actually a supervillain.
Like a
and
fucking
then everyone
Lex
else is
Luthor.
just kind of like this, like misunderstood, like even Killmonger or whatever is it's just this misunderstood, you know, different. But he was just like, I want to sell weapons to Al Qaeda.
I'm fucking crazy. It's like, okay.
So one thing, literally after the Infinity Wars movie, I was like, how did Marvel come to be? So I listened to like a YouTube series that like went through everything. And so we're talking about villains. I wonder how they're going to do Galactus. Because he's supposed to be even greater of a villain than...
I don't think they will. I think he's owned by Fox. With Fantastic Four.
I mean,
they bought Fox, but he's a Fantastic Four villain because he was in that movie. Oh. He's part of their property. He's mainly their property.
You're right.
Because they do a lot of cosmic stuff with them.
I think I was watching...
I hope they don't do him.
There was something that I was watching. It was
but he is supposed to be like stronger than Thanos.
Yeah, well, he's like the
So it's like, depending on how this goes, I don't know what Phase 4 looks like.
I have no idea.
I don't want to know right now.
Right,
it's kind of sad.
Yeah, because that's where I was like, if you've been keeping up with Marvel news, some of those deaths did not hit home as much. Like Spider-Man, it's already been confirmed they're doing Homecoming too.
Right.
So it's like hard to be.
I wouldn't put it past them that some of those movies they've confirmed just about every movie, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of them were just like, no, we're actually not doing that movie, or it's going to be someone different in it.
Really?
I think some of the Guardians of the Galaxy, I think they're going to replace some of the Guardians of the Galaxy for sure. Even though they've confirmed the third movie, I think even more of them are going to be replaced. I don't think Batista's going to keep doing it. He's 50. Also, Guardians of the Galaxy in this really made you realize, like, you're not on par. Like, the movies are. You're not. You're literally a group of mercenaries.
Oh,
you have no abilities.
Yeah.
Like, your coolest person is Thanos' daughter, who's
just
literally just a ninja.
Assassin.
That's true. And
Mantis literally has the most practical power, and still she has to get
I can't believe they
range.
killed Groot again.
They're just fucking
That was
people.
bad. It's just because they made him so powerful in the first movie.
Did you?
You can't not do it.
Okay. Did you hear what James Gunn said? What Groot said at the end when he's like, "I am Groot." The very last thing he said, "Dad."
To who?
To Rocket.
Oh no.
Is that so sad? That's James Gunn confirmed. Like he said, "Wow, Dad," and then.
God damn.
Oh my god.
You're up.
Yeah, I got
That's
chills,
really sad.
dude.
That's really sad.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah, it is rough. My god.
Fuck you, James Gunn.
I know, but dang.
God, I got somber in this bitch.
My god. Right? Like, I could. I read that. I was like, my god.
You bastard.
Yeah, that's rough. The whole thing. Okay, so we got Spider-Man. We got most of the Marvel, the Galaxy people, which is like six of them. I'm pretty sure.
I can't believe they
Star-Lord,
took off
Drax.
Quill. I figured they'd leave him in there.
Somewhat, yeah. But I think if they would have left him, there would have been more conflicts with.
I want to see it.
Why the fuck did you do that or anything?
I like that. I like the Splinter team because more of them die that way.
Yeah. But I think this is going to be the moment where we're done with the Splinter teams. I think Captain America's going to come back.
Dead.
Huh?
There's a big theory that the Vision isn't dead. That they got enough the neural circuits that he's going to come back.
Maybe.
Why? Why him?
He would
Kill
no.
him.
He would come back as like Jarvis. He wouldn't come back as the Vision because there's no longer that Soul Stone or whatever.
They can put him in a body, I guess, but
and do it that way. But he'd just be
no. They were saying that they think that she made enough neural connections through the stone because they talked about the whole thing like basically the Soul Stone. His soul was actually inside him now.
I did totally forget about that.
Jesus.
They made a huge deal about that. And I feel like that means I'm going to have to deal with what's his face.
Paul Bettany.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Whoever I literally leaned over to him mid-movie and I was like, I totally forgot he was in the Da Vinci Code.
That was funny.
Right?
He's the monk.
He is.
He's whipping himself.
That movie
with his snow white hair.
I didn't understand so much of that movie.
Well, I think I read the book when I was like...
My mom was like, these are great.
It was like 5th or 6th grade.
I was going to say, I read it in like 8th grade.
Yeah.
I read it for the literature class they used to teach at the middle school.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I read that. I read the autobiography of Malcolm X.
Nice.
I picked some poor books because they were all like 1,000 pages.
Yeah,
and everyone else was reading like...
And not a lot of like uplifting shit.
No, it was really
Especially with
depressing.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X one is fucking depressing.
Yeah.
I think I read that shit when I was like...
On the other hand, I feel like just because of
Ninth
where
grade?
we went to school, that was really the only way they were ever actually going to give, like, I was ever going to learn, like, an honest telling of what he did.
Oh, yeah. that's
Since
true.
they mentioned basically he's the militant.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Jr. was the only reference at Seaman in 4 years.
Yeah.
Like every year they mentioned the fact. And he was militant.
A lot of real sort of whitewashing kind of going on there. So
Yep.
so it was real good. Anyways,
Shout out to the Vikes.
shout out.
Retweet.
Retweet. It's kind of back to like the stand-up thing. I don't know. I was watching like a bunch of different YouTube videos because that's how I prepare for these things. And they were talking about like kind of back to like the next villain type of thing. People were like mentioning Galactus. They mentioned Doctor Doom. But I don't know if that's like even on par with Thanos.
Doom in the
screwed
comics is
Doom up.
crazy.
He is. He's an amazing.
Doom's he's literally just an anti-hero.
They screwed him up so much.
Yeah.
In Fantastic
He's been
Four.
ruined.
Twice.
I feel like
I didn't even
the
see the
first
Michael B.
Doom,
Jordan
the
movie.
very
Did anyone
first
else?
one. No,
What?
No.
I
was with that too.
But
I don't even know
the
what
very
difference
first
there.
one, I didn't think he was that bad in the first one.
It was
the second
it was
one that
closer to how he looked, and
Yeah.
then you got to the whatever one that just happened, and I was like, "What? Who? What is this?" It was ridiculous.
Before the scripts were like.
I wonder if they're going to.
analyzed.
They're obviously banking the whole franchise on this Captain Marvel movie.
Well, I don't know.
I
Do you so?
think she's going to be the save the day. I mean, she's super powerful.
I think she's going to be like the one to
and it's a prequel
bring
movie.
everybody together.
I think she's going to be the one that finishes it because I really feel like Brie Larson's going to be kind of the female face moving forward, like the replace Tony Stark and Captain America.
I heard
Could be.
She's one of the biggest stars who was a star before that they brought in technically because when you look back, like sure Robert Downey Jr. was a star, but he was also hadn't been in a movie forever because he had
So
done whatever he did.
I saw an article 9.
What's the name of Captain America?
Characters.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, I remember back when they cast him, it was basically Chris Evans and Chris Pine. Like, were almost interchangeable in movies. And that just shows you how much of a star this made him into rather than him being a star.
Absolutely.
Because the last thing Chris Pine did, he did Wonder Woman. He was pretty good in that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's got Star Trek.
He has Star Trek.
But, I mean, it's just nowhere near the...
That's true.
He had that funny one, I think it was with Tom Hardy, where they were spies competing for this girl. It was the weirdest rom-com I've ever seen. It was super funny, though.
Yeah. I remember this.
Never mind. I was gonna.
But that's what Chris Pine's up to.
I saw an article that was like 9 characters most likely to kill Thanos, but it's just someone who's not from.
I think
the MCU.
Usually when they made direct references,
like
they've been big.
Iron Man, Doctor Strange, like all the main ones.
Oh,
so
I
it's
think
like
one
not
of
from
them-
someone who's like, who's in the comic books, who's powerful.
Right.
I bet the finish is going to be whoever they're killing off gets killed, killing. Like, it's going to, like the last battle, I feel like the last battle has to be Hawkeye, Black Widow, Hulk, Iron Man, and Captain America. Just those 5. Just the original ones.
Yeah.
By themselves.
So
versus Thanos.
So Legion, who is the son of Professor X.
They're not going to bring him from a TV series over.
And then,
That's true.
Actually,
He's also not that big of a character.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a lot
in canon. There's a lot of
3
X-Men
different.
mentions.
Yeah,
There's a big Wolverine theory going because he has 3 scars.
The Vulcan.
It's like, oh yeah, they're not going to recast Wolverine and introduce him in an Avengers movie.
You don't know that? God.
Okay, ready for this? Squirrel Girl's on there.
Nice.
Wait, she does have a good resume. Defeated Doctor Doom, Wolverine, and yes, even Thanos. So apparently Squirrel Girl
There's
already
a
has
really
it going.
dry time of Marvel, apparently.
Guess so.
Where they were just throwing things
The
out.
Living Tribunal, who is the most powerful character in the Marvel Universe after the one above all. He exists outside the vast multiverse. So
Good
Galactus
Lord.
is on there.
Okay.
A Mistress of Death.
I wonder if they'll introduce the Watchers.
That would be interesting.
They could introduce the Watchers.
They
and
kind of already
them
have.
Kind of.
Kinda.
I mean, actually introduce rather than have them go through a portal
Be
right next to
a
them.
bit, yeah. Well, actually, that makes... Yeah, see, I didn't even think about
Mistress
that.
of Death.
Mistress of
Yeah,
Death,
that's a good one.
because Because that's the entire reason in the comics why Thanos wanted all the Infinity Stones. Because, like, he was in love with her or whatever.
Death, yes.
Yeah.
Franklin Richards, apparently Reed Richards' son, creates his own universe. I remember reading stuff about that.
Oh, Jesus.
Jean Grey, of course.
No.
Phoenix Force.
They're still running the side mission with Sophie Turner. I really don't think it's going to be anyone.
You don't think it's going to be anyone
I don't think it's going to
outside?
be anyone who kind of exists outside of this universe.
Okay. I agree.
Because I think they're going to keep X-Men outside this universe. Because I think that's probably the best
the
call
number
for
one.
Wolverine.
No.
Hugh Jackman.
World Breaker Hulk.
Oh,
That'd be cool. I think I think they need to write off the Hulk for a while.
Yeah, and
after this.
After Hulk's pregnant wife died due to Hulk's spaceship exploding, he blamed the Illuminati and set a course for
That's an actual
Earth.
villain in the
Okay,
comics, by the
thank
way.
you.
They're an actual group.
Thank you.
You're just like,
When
the
you were
Freemasons?
like,
What the fuck?
What?
They did what? Skull and Bones.
He was so confused.
Yeah,
No, it's a
pretty
real
much.
group here. They're literally the most powerful people
Yeah.
get together and we're just like, hey, we don't need to tell people what we're doing. And then someone got mad.
I think it is gonna now that I see they
it's-
put Hulk as number one. I think it's probably gonna be Hulk.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Just
because
like,
the whole movie it was
He needs a
erectile
redemption.
dysfunction to
Yes.
figure out who and
I
when he's coming
really
back.
didn't like Mark Ruffalo in this.
What?
I thought most of his lines felt super forced. I felt like the lines themselves were good. I didn't like his acting in this. I liked his kind of bit pieces where he's like arguing with the Hulk and stuff. I didn't like him interacting with anyone. He didn't fit with the rest of the characters like acting. Like
I think that maybe might have been on purpose to an extent because like I see what you're saying and I see what you're saying. I agree with both of you.
Bridge the gap.
I bridge the gap, and I mean, I think it's like.
Is he supposed to be the comedic relief?
Well, I think because he's been gone for so long, he doesn't know
Yeah.
how to be a part of the team, and now everything is like completely changed. So like maybe like these awkward interactions, as like you see them, are supposed to be awkward
Literally
interactions
for
because
that.
he's like
I just didn't
I don't really fucking know. Here's a
It
joke.
was
Like,
distracting for me.
Yeah,
fair.
like even
It took me out of a couple
I just
scenes.
personally, I just don't. I think it's his acting. I think that
That's
all
what
the
I'm
lines.
saying.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's right because even as soon as he like beamed down and like fell into that place,
the
which
sanctuary.
I would love to know how that's like. What magical was that? Because like Tony Stark was there. At the
No,
same
I think
time,
that guy
or was that
aimed
like
it.
okay? He aimed.
I think that
Heimdall.
guy. Yeah, my Adrius, my boy.
It's like this is probably gonna be the
Bring him
yes,
back.
which was that was
That one actually hit me harder than Loki.
But
In the
as
long run,
soon as he hit those stairs and like him getting out of it was just awkward. Like I just how he did it and like what he
he's
said.
such a good
and, like,
actor normally is what
Yeah.
gets me too.
So
Like,
I
I liked
just-
him when they cast him.
And he's been historically with this franchise kind of like the Rogue One. Like he's let slip like spoilers before.
Did you guys see that 9 months ago? He interviewed and Don Cheadle was pissed.
Yeah.
You could tell it wasn't
He
even
was
a
like,
joking.
Yeah.
He's literally like, "You're fired."
Yeah.
He literally, I think all he wanted to do was get away from him
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah.
And everyone just wrote it off like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Mark Ruffalo."
Yes, it'll be fine.
And then everyone's like, "Oh God, how are we so?"
So
dumb?"
I think he just
Also, everyone
fucking
knew
hates
everyone was
this.
gonna die. I don't think he hates it. I think he loves it. I think he's like, they don't tell Tom Hiddleston, not Tom Hiddleston, Tom Holland.
Oh,
They don't tell him
Spider-Man.
stuff. They specifically leave
Yeah.
stuff out or have like a chaperone with him.
Yeah, he's a big dumb idiot. I love that fucking kid.
He knows it. He's like, I get excited. I tell you guys stuff. So they either have Robert Downey Jr. with me. They don't tell me the script, or sometimes they send someone from Marvel with me to edit me.
so he's literally Spider-Man.
yeah.
I don't think he's acting. I think
he's
the first
not.
time he acted was when he died, and that hit me hard.
Yeah.
That was such a good relationship.
That's actually really good. Yeah, I like that.
Like I think he just came in and like he was like, to the audition.
You're a fucking goof.
He's like tripping and shit, like running into stuff. He's like trying to like. He's,
You
like,
got the
dropping
role.
things.
Well, I haven't started.
No, you're it. That's him. That's him.
Can you just do one jump? Oh, perfect. There you
Yeah.
go.
Well, put the hands between the feet.
Can you do the hand motion? Okay, cool. We got it. That's him. That's the guy.
That's one of my favorite Kevin Hart skits is when he invited Spider-Man to his daughter's birthday party and he was like, do the Spider-Man shit. You know, do it in the face. Like, he like does a little thing with the hand motion with his leg. It's like,
Yeah.
That's a
the
classic
jump.
scene from the first Spider-Man. The whole like.
Yep.
Like,
Oh
his,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You
I
can't
love
do it.
that scene.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He's
And
so
then-
funny.
And then
I love those original Spider-Man movies.
I thought,
Pretty
you know
good.
who, the one-liner that took it from me,
Okay.
that literally made my movie, was when he saw the giant ring spaceship and he was like, make a distraction. We're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
I was like, "Ugh." Yeah, it's like foreshadowing.
Oh, did anyone know that what's his name? The midget.
Peter Dinklage.
Did anyone know he was
Little
in this
person.
movie?
I did not know he was in this movie.
Okay.
At all.
Was it not hilarious that he was a little person?
A little person.
Playing
who
the
was
giant.
who was a giant but still like proportioned as a
Okay.
dwarf as a little
Perfect.
person?
Okay. This part of the movie took me the fuck out of it.
Are you serious?
It wasn't great.
I hate this part of the movie.
It should have been. They literally should have introduced it, gone through maybe even do like he killed everyone. But the issue, so they pull so heavily from Norse mythology.
It shouldn't have been Peter Dinklage. I'm
No.
sorry.
That distracted you the whole
It
time.
distracted me because I was like, "This is Tyrion."
And he didn't
It's
do very well
Tyrion,
at it.
and he's just doing like a lower voice. Yes.
And it was like a comedic
Thanos.
voice.
I mean, it was kind of supposed to be like a bit, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I was like,
It was such a long. It was just another thing to add to the list of
Yeah.
Thor gets the crap beat out of him.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years, but he's gonna
Yeah.
come back, guys. Just
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
See, I didn't mind that he was cast as this role. I always like to see other people try and like diversify their portfolios.
Yeah, that's fair.
Get
enough.
out of their
That's
acting
fair.
space.
Yeah.
But I thought
be good
the
at it.
whole. I personally thought he did okay. I think
Sure.
they asked him to be like, okay, but be Peter Dinklage, but you're a giant.
I mean-
I think literally that's what
Okay.
they asked him to do.
That could have been.
But they spent way too much time at that fucking.
Yeah,
It's
dwarf
like in
star
the
that
middle
made zero
of the
sense,
pivotal.
which I know messed with
Someone
you
leaned
so
over and he goes, "So
hard.
how's the physics of this star?" Like, well, one, it's not a star, so that's an issue. And literally, like their star looked like a machine in the
Yeah.
middle. I don't know if it was supposed
yeah.
to, or if it was actually supposed to be a star.
And then
And then
what
it-
they really just said is that whenever a dying star goes out, you just gotta like spin it a little bit, and then it's back full going, like nothing ever
Yeah,
happened.
I was like raising my hand.
Yeah.
Like, what?
What? I thought there like it actually can die and the energy
I thought
can
that, like,
dissipate.
I
like
thought it
that's
became like a black
my
hole.
understanding
That's
of it,
literally
but,
what you get. Yeah,
you
that's a
know,
black hole.
sure.
And it was just like chilling there, like literally chilling.
Yep.
It was making it colder.
Yep.
I was so
It was chilling.
confused.
It was chilling. He said.
I was. And it was just funny. Someone leans over and
It's
goes,
chilling.
"This is killing you right now." But yeah, for not even the. I don't give a shit about the bad science. It's just not a good scene.
Yeah.
And look, he held it, and then he got the cool new weapon, which was cool.
I was very confused how that happened because there's a deleted scene where Thanos grabs the Infinity Gauntlet and it's not in that same place. So
No, he made it. He took it to his place.
And he went. And
That was
destroyed
what you
everything.
saw was the mold. In that
Okay.
sitting there, that
Thank
was a
you.
mold.
Thank you. I was.
That was like that's what he crafted. So there's literally a point where he
Right.
shows the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the mold, is what they basically said. Like he alluded to, like all I have is my molds.
Yeah.
And he like points to all
Okay.
that stuff.
Okay.
That's what he crafted it on.
And that's
There's
why-
a second Infinity Gauntlet though. They made a reference to it at some point in one of the movies. It was a big thing about there's somewhere out there. I don't know if it was in the Collectors or what, but there was a second Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh yeah,
in
you're
one
right.
of the movies.
You're right. It's in one of the Thor ones, and it's like in some sort of like Asgardian vault. However, that is.
Oh, it got destroyed.
It's been determined to be a fake.
Oh, because there's a couple fake things in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right, but also it's fake.
Because I mean that makes sense. So I mean, though the whole I can't say his- Mjolnir thing. I mean, they pour so heavily from Norse mythology, and then they just kind of play fast and loose with it.
Yeah.
And it literally. So I read Neil Gaiman just came out with a Norse mythology like modernized book.
Yeah, it's
I
my
liked it.
Audible. I haven't listened to it yet.
It's really good.
Okay.
It's cool.
Okay.
It was cool to just get perspective on all the stuff.
Mhm.
But the issue is, like, if I hadn't had that background knowledge, like, that whole scene would have just been like, wait, so there's giant dwarves? Just, they make stuff? I thought Thor made his hammer. No? Okay. Cool. And then it's like halfway through the scene and Thor's on fire already, so you're still confused.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was definitely. I don't know. What I liked about the scene though is
Okay.
that it solidified Thor's willingness to shoulder
Kill
everyone's pain.
It's Atlas.
Yeah.
And
It's one of the first things we learned about
Rocket's now Although he did have a little moment with
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, which I also loved.
The gun.
Where he's
the
like,
gun
I'm
was
gonna
cool.
hold you, raccoon, and here we go. It was like, okay.
Can I have that gun? No.
So I think that's gonna be interesting because they did also have the nice arm thing. It was like,
Oh my
steal
God.
that later.
I'm gonna
I was
get that
like,
arm.
All right.
Yeah.
So like, I think Rocket is literally gonna stay on Earth, and he's gonna become like part of the Avenger Squad, and then take them out to space. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff that they're going to have to go around and see everything and all that. But now
I'm excited
I just think,
about the characters they're going to have left over.
and I was thinking about that too.
I'm not excited about the Falcon.
I
Bucky is literally the only like background character that I'm excited that's going to be left over after everyone's contracts are done.
the Falcon's died. Don Cheadle lived.
I know, but I'm talking about I'm talking about this in a different way. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm kind of excited about a couple of people that didn't disintegrate. I'm not excited about the prospect of who's going to be left over on the Avengers
Once
with the
everybody
people
comes
we
back.
know is leaving.
Right.
Okay.
The people that like are definitely done, regardless of how they're done. I'm not excited with who gets left over.
So Chris Evans has got to come back, obviously. Right.
No, I don't think he will.
Not even in the.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't think he will.
He didn't die.
Chris Evans?
Yeah.
We're talking about Captain America.
Yes.
Okay, just please use his name. I can't remember his name. He doesn't
But-
matter to me.
okay.
Yeah, I know he's back.
Okay.
He signed for both movies.
Oh.
But
See, when we
I-
were talking about this earlier, you're like, no, he's fucking dead after this.
No, this collectively was the end of it. That's why I was trying to, because
Okay.
originally when they signed on, I think what happened, if I remember correctly, what happened is the last Avengers was one movie. They got everyone to agree to the second movie.
Okay.
And that's like, it's like an extension, but not really. Because I think it was at the same time that they got Robert Downey Jr. to agree to do Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they got him to agree to one more movie, which would be the last Avengers.
Right. So I guess the next question I think I'll ask then. I just lost it. Oh, so do we think that everything that happened in the movie is part of Doctor Strange's plan,
Yeah.
or the way that he
saw
saw
it.
it?
I think the only thing that he knows for sure is that Tony Stark was alive for that one win.
Yep.
So Tony Stark needs to be the one who's alive for that one win. I don't think it matters because if you remember the visions that Scarlet Witch gave him, which are visions from the Red Soul Stone, because that's where she draws her power, it was just him. Everyone else is dead on Thanos' throne. Those were those visions that kind of triggered him to build
current
Ultron.
reality.
Yeah, and that's what set up. That's where all these original theories came from. Was just like, why wouldn't those be real visions? Like that's what triggered him to build Ultron. That's what the third movie. When did Scarlet Witch came in second Captain America?
Scarlet Witch
second
came in Ultron. She came in.
She was
That's the
entered.
Sokovia
They can't.
thing.
Yeah.
Because that's when
That's
the
when he
other
has those
Quicksilver
visions.
died. Yeah.
And I mean, he alludes to him like when he's like, "Oh, so you know me too," because he knows who Thanos
Yeah.
is already.
Yeah, you're
I
not
thought that
going,
was a
like,
cool
cursed with
connection,
knowledge.
and I think that's how you know like those visions are.
Real.
I don't know if any of the original Avengers make it out. I honestly don't know. I don't know if they all
what it
die.
comes down to
I don't
is
think that
who's
they
going
make
to
it
be
out.
killing Thanos.
Yeah.
And that's probably going
My money is probably on Thor or the Hulk.
I feel like they
at this
built
point.
Thor. I feel like they built Thor. I feel like Thor. It might be a misdirection, but at the same time, like Hulk had his.
He's got that hammer.
Yeah, he's got the new weapon.
The axe, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, okay, so I mean, thinking once again outside of like the storyline, looking at if you could build around someone, Chris Hemsworth would be. He's younger than the rest.
Yeah.
He seems more open to doing movies.
That's
Yeah.
true.
He has more fun with it.
Yes.
It seems like when you listen to him talk, he
Yeah.
enjoys these.
He
movies.
did seem to be the
He could
outside.
be the Avenger
Actually,
left.
he did seem to be one of the main storylines, if not the.
And I'm kind of glad because, like, man, those first two Thor movies were terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok, man, that just brought him back in the.
Well, they let him be him.
Yes,
They
they-
kept trying to make him be serious. And it's like you have this talent,
Yeah.
and you're like telling him to dampen it
Yeah.
with like these little side quips. Every time they did a little side quip, you're like, oh, you could be funny. Why don't you
Right.
just do that?
Yeah.
That whole interaction with
is super serious here. It's like, okay.
the 1500 years old or whatever he said.
Yeah.
That whole interaction just made
Yep.
me laugh. Like, oh, you're so sad, but
And
funny
he
but
almost,
sad.
he was so close. I thought he was like, he's going to fucking cry. And then he was like,
It's good that he didn't.
Nope. Yeah.
I think
that's-
it would have
was
been
thinking
too
that
far.
Yeah.
Because like, you don't want him to be broken, because that was the whole point, was like, you literally can't break this dude. Like, how many more things can you do, though?
Yeah.
And then he shows up and saves everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, if nothing else, he saved everyone in this movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
He
That
was a
and
complete
the great
badass.
citizens of Wakanda.
That's true, yes.
Without them,
Oh my god.
right? Like, literally, they made up an entire army that they were like, okay, now let's just see how this works out.
There was a moment, I think I said something to you very loudly. I'm like, are they really not going to use fucking guns? Because they lined up with their shields and their spears, and they started shooting out the spears.
Yeah.
Thank God. I'd be so mad if you're this
slaughter.
advanced technology and you have no ranged weaponry.
Yep.
That's like turn 6 of Civilization, guys. build an archer.
Yep.
Oh, and that I think I sent the meme of the Gungans.
Yes.
Shield.
Yes.
I was telling Soren the
He was
whole
like,
time.
this is Star Wars. And I was like, oh shit, it kind of is. But like,
I was literally waiting for someone to like throw an energy orb at it.
And you're just like, fucking.
Yep.
Oh my god, it was the whole time. I'm just like, I can't get over
Just
it.
dying.
Episode 1.
Just dying. Oh gosh. Okay. Alright.
It was a good movie.
It was great.
Yeah.
And I'm glad, like, although now
Where do you
Marvel
put it in the
owns-
hierarchy of
Honestly, I'm gonna say that was my favorite.
It's at the tippy top, I think.
I don't know. Thor, as far as enjoyment, I think Ragnarok, I enjoyed it.
See, I didn't get to see Ragnarok.
I think
I knew that was like a fun
the
little ride.
story of this movie was probably the best.
Yeah.
I usually go to superhero movies to be happy.
Yeah.
Man.
That was the first article I read, was like, what is this movie missing? Hope. And that's
Really?
fair. There was no sunshine at the end.
And I think
that's
that
what
was-
makes this next one. It better be.
And even
something.
when Nick Fury disappeared, seeing Captain Marvel's little thing on there, it's such a
No one knew.
right.
Everyone in that theater. There's that guy behind us who
But-
said it, and like 3 other people.
And what I love about Marvel so much, and this is actually what I was just going to talk about, so it's a perfect segue. So they now own 9 of the top 10 grossing movies of all time.
Yep.
Disney does, and like most of them are superhero movies.
Yes.
And so what I think they're doing, and since it's it's so evident that pop culture or nerd culture is now pop culture, that they do things like that to generate interest in that specific scene, so that then they go around on the internet and gauge more stuff like, what the fuck was the end of the Infinity scene was? And so then now you get a bunch of new people who are now researching about Captain Marvel just to get one answer, or trying to find those articles that tell, who Captain Marvel is and all of that, and essentially it provides its own sort of buzz just by throwing a stupid little beacon on the ground. And that's why Marvel is, taking over so well. Not even Marvel, Disney is taking over so well, is because they find these franchises and they just leave very, very small hints of what's coming, except for like the solo movies.
They also keep buying the most popular things.
And that too. And then reinventing them and generating general public interest.
Yes.
Because we're sitting here talking about, like, Squirrel Girl. Like, no one fucking knows who Squirrel Girl is.
Right.
But she's on the top 15 list. They're going to be killing Thanos. So it's
like,
she's not going to be up there. They won't
that
introduce
list
her
was
to
the
kill her.
biggest joke I've ever heard.
I think it was more of a comic book list rather than, because in the comic books we still have, but then when we go out the outside, it's like, oh, Fox owns most of everything now.
Right.
Then we can't use half these people. That's okay. Because most of the games in the comic books, you see a lot of interactions between different people in the mutant universe.
I want a
and
new
Regular
Marvel
universe.
Ultimate Alliance. Did you guys ever play that?
Yeah.
Actually,
That game was cool.
It was
The first
alright.
one especially.
They
The
released
second
it-
one wasn't as good.
they
They
put it-
re-released it. They
yeah.
remastered it
Yeah.
for $40 per pop.
Yeah,
no,
I got it
not
on the
happening.
deal with right
The
after
2
it.
for 1?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not
Yeah, it was-
worth it.
No, it's not. Yeah. I started playing it. I was like,
No, this isn't that good. Yeah, I think I got it free with like one of my Xbox.
So we think Wesley Snipes is coming in for Blade?
to be Blade,
the original,
If he can pay his taxes.
black superhero.
To be-
Sit down, Black Panther.
to be Blade.
Yes.
Okay, this would be the funniest fucking thing. And he fucking just comes and kills
I don't know,
Thanos.
Shaft
calls
was
him-
pretty cool.
Puts on his shades.
What's up, bloodsucker? Suck on that.
Thanos
Ryan
I'm not a
Reynolds comes
vampire.
out because he's in that movie too.
Oh, that's true. Thanos is like, wait, what the fuck? Cuts his arm off. What the? What's happening?
He starts like inflating and explodes. Like that first villain from like it just blows up in
It's one of those UV light things. Take this. There's like it just hurts my eyes. Stop.
I wonder if they're ever gonna get serious about Deadpool and try and put him in.
I don't think so.
Ever.
No, because you can't. Because they couldn't put Deadpool in. They could put Ryan Reynolds wearing the Deadpool costume, saying things that Deadpool normally wouldn't say because they're not R-rated in.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But they couldn't put Deadpool in. I think they know. I don't think Ryan Reynolds would do it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's so committed. I mean, the reason the movie took 11 years after the flop of X-Men Origins was, I'm not going to make this movie unless you let me make Deadpool.
Yeah.
And I don't see him diluting that unless it's literally one of the extra scenes.
I think that's fair.
I don't want them to.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd work.
I'm just seeing, like,
Deadpool in comics is awkward.
I'm just afraid of, like, the different types of things they're going to do now that the landscape is so barren. You get what I'm saying?
I think they'll just introduce new people. And I think it will work, and I think the issue is going to be a lot of people don't want to be patient, which is why I think they need a couple holdovers.
You mean like Assassin's Creed and be like, yeah, we know the last couple have been awful, and for this it's reversed. It's been so great.
Right.
But we're just going to take a year. We're just going to take a full year.
Yeah, because I think that's why they introduced all these characters. But I don't, like I said, the only person I see that's a newer character carrying forward, like carrying a franchise, is Bucky. The rest of them, though, I can see being in movies to occupy a space while they're introducing new people.
I really don't think that guy is like the star power. Like if we're talking like real world like stuff, I don't know if like the Winter Soldier like Bucky has.
I think they can make good enough stories with them that'll work.
They did very deliberate dialogue with Don Cheadle's scene, talking to the government, saying like this just needs to be a thing. You need to get over yourself. When we need help, we have to call someone. When there's things that we don't understand, there has to be someone to defend everything.
Yeah.
And they have to operate at a
I think that's Captain
different
Marvel
level.
that they're referencing to.
Exactly.
Because I think the end of this Captain Marvel movie is going to be basically what happened with Iron Man and Captain America. Like, okay, well, you work for us now.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
And I think everyone's going to be okay with that. I think now we're going to see the new Avengers are essentially just going to be this Earth Defense Force. And they can do whatever the fuck they want because we all knew they're just trying to do the right thing.
Right.
And we're going to stop giving into, trying to get in their way. And that scene kind of said that because everyone, well, there's some people, especially the Winter Soldier, he's wanted internationally. But that's going to go away because they're like, okay, we just lost half the population on Earth.
Right.
Did any of us get our predictions right? We all guessed Iron Man.
I called Loki.
I think we all got one.
You got Loki.
Yeah.
And none of us got Chris Evans.
No. All of us.
I
thought one of them
said
had
Scarlet
it.
Witch.
Oh, I said Vision.
I said Vision also.
Yeah.
But I said Don Cheadle. I can't believe Don Cheadle lived. What the hell?
I know.
It's Don Cheadle. Someone didn't even think he was alive.
I didn't.
You're like, wait, can he?
Literally, we had an argument about whether or not he was alive at that point. Like, he's in the trailer. I don't know.
Yep. All right, so it looks like I win that one. So suck it.
We need a soundboard.
Yeah. I know. I want one so bad. My God.
It's just a soundboard of us though, making the noises poorly. But we have it.
Yeah.
We afforded the soundboard. The noises were extra.
I was thinking about getting a fucking Samuel L. Jackson like sounds on the soundboard. It's like whenever we say something, you motherfucker. It's like God.
Tired of these motherfucking snakes.
Do that for every single like actual swear word we use on here, and just go, it's okay. It's Samuel L. Jackson. Like, it's okay. Yeah.
Good.
All right. Any closing thoughts?
I do have a question.
Sure.
What does Guardians of the Galaxy 3 even look like?
I mean, that's going to come out
them
after.
Without Gamora, yeah.
So like,
I think they go off on an adventure.
I think because how everything left, Tony's not even on Earth, and he's with Nebula. So I think the next Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be him and Nebula running around and figuring things out.
I think I'm pretty sure.
Unless they bring people back.
Isn't Doctor Strange still there?
No, he's gone.
He's faded away.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah, he did.
It's literally Nebula.
What about
and Tony?
The chunky guy who works with Doctor Strange?
He was like, I gotta go protect.
Yeah, there's a sanctuary.
Literally, like he was like,
I feel like
you good? You good? Are we good?
I feel like the next movie, I feel like the next movie just kind of opens up with like a really to the point. Tony's back on Earth. Like,
I don't know.
Portal shows up.
I think they're gonna show some.
Do you think they're gonna put Robert Downey Jr. for 2 hours?
Yes,
trying
he joins the Guardians of the Galaxy.
He does.
He goes off with them.
He's
and does
not
weird
gonna
stuff
do
in
a
space.
movie with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't
But
think
they're not around. So I really do think that this is going to be a very weird... Because 3 is coming before Infinity
think
Wars.
so.
Or is it coming after?
It might come after.
I
If
think
it
it's
comes after, then
I think
all
they
this
just
shit that I'm
confirmed
talking
that's
about is
happening.
bullcrap.
So, okay.
But I do think we're going to see a lot more different cameos from different superheroes.
We are running out of time. However, I will say, just real quick, one more question. What do we think Infinity War Part 2 looks like? And also, I will just say this real quick. It's not going to be... It'll be Part 2, but they're going to name it something
2020.
else.
So
That's
after. No dates confirmed.
Never mind.
Guardians of the
Okay.
Galaxy 3.
But never mind.
I think basically I think Captain Marvel is probably going to be the one that transports them.
Okay.
I think she's going to be the one that picks up Stark. And I think they're going to hunt down Thanos on that planet the way he's resting peacefully. And they're gonna, I think it's literally going to be a hunt and a battle. And it kind of looked like all the stones broke.
No,
it was
I
just
think
me.
the stone stayed in his gauntlet.
His
The gauntlet's messed up. I
His
don't think he wear
gauntlet's
it.
fucked, but I think the stones...
I don't think he uses the gauntlet. I think he fights them. I think
think
the
it'd be
end is
dumb.
like an honor fight.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it is.
maybe.
I think Thanos goes at him, and just like he did what he wanted to do. That's what I mean. So this Thanos is so different than other Thanos who did it because he loves death.
Yeah.
This Thanos, literally, his mission was, I saw all my people die, so I'm gonna fix everyone.
Yeah.
And I think he got that. And
Yeah.
now what's he gonna fight for?
I think during that, I really like that,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not enough for the feature film. So I think what they're actually gonna because I think just fighting someone.
I don't know. They just have Thor
They're
get
gonna
shot by a
add.
star
I know
for
they're
a
gonna
feature
add
film,
a
so.
lot of different
Science.
lore setting elements that talk about like the original elements and the original like powers within the world, and they're gonna learn a lot of stuff about the Infinity Stones, and then everything after once Thanos is dead is gonna be really weird because they're gonna figure out how to split up the stones and what they're
Could
gonna
be.
do post after he's dead, if they even kill him, because there might be
Yeah.
some weird stuff because you know how they are.
Right.
I don't know how they do this, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Because if he can just bring everyone back like that, then did he?
What you got here, John?
Right.
For this question.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think Captain Marvel has a huge role to play in this, and I think I agree to like some extent that she's going to, she's going to come across some way or another Iron Man and Nebula, unless Nebula just fucking takes off. But I think that they kind of need each other to kind of like survive a little bit, and she obviously knows like how to get around this world, this outer space galaxy world, and like he does.
I think that transponder was like a space.
Yeah,
transponder
like
for sure.
yeah.
You're on Galactus 7 or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Galactus, but like
Some
I wonder if
bullshit.
she's just in like some. I almost wonder if she's just in some like basically Fortress of Solitude. Like basically is where she's at.
It might be. It
It's
might
like,
be something
because
like
she's
that.
human.
And part
isn't
Kree.
she? Yeah, part Kree. But
Yeah.
but they are introducing the Kree in the Agents of Shield, which makes me wonder because Thanos leads the Kree, even though they weren't the Kree in the first Avengers.
That's like
they were the other people.
What is that called?
What did they call the other? They didn't do the Kree, even though that was the main storyline
Yes.
usually.
They're like vassals of
Yeah.
Thanos, not necessarily like.
But he basically, I mean, he's like in charge of these people.
Pretty much.
So I'm wondering if she's like fighting on a different front. Like
It
you
could
said,
be.
yeah.
I think she's out in space fighting the good fight
Yeah,
for
and I think
some reason.
this is kind of hinted at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but maybe they do something with like they come across those whatever those people were, the people that are all gold, and then they've somehow Adam Warlock is added to the mix.
Yeah, because they have the cocoon.
Yeah, and they fucking hinted at that pretty hard.
I was
At
hoping
first-
they do the Nova. I was hoping Nathan Fillion would be what's his name, Captain Nova from the Nova Corps. There's like a superhero version.
Oh
of
yeah,
They did
Captain
say they
Marvel.
destroyed that whole planet.
They did,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean he got destroyed.
True, yeah.
that's true. That'd be cool. I'd be down.
There was like a huge rumor for a while. There's always a rumor about Nathan Fillion, though.
And I know how we end it. We'll do another bagpipe and say that the biggest death that this movie had was John C. Reilly's character. When they said they
He's dead
destroyed
now.
the whole.
Yep.
He's dead now.
Dead now.
There's no
All
more
right.
way that John C.
R.I.P.
Reilly is going to be in
It's
this.
the last time I liked John C. Reilly. Is actually the first time I think I liked him in a movie. So
How dare you?
He was definitely a great and calm.
Step Brothers.
he was Step Brothers and Talladega Nights.
Dewey
I
Cox?
like him. No,
No.
I hated Dewey Cox.
It's so funny.
It was disrespectful.
Pretty much after Step
to the
Brothers, I was
cash
not
man,
into it, but-
to Mr. Cash himself.
He didn't pay for drugs. Not once. that bit's funny. Okay,
I just
fine.
didn't enjoy
It
it.
doesn't
I
help.
just didn't enjoy it.
That's
like,
fine.
I liked it about a billion times better when I saw it on TNT because they do those terrible
No,
edits.
that's true.
Like the edits of movies are.
Oh, and then yeah. Speaking of King Kong too, if you ever watched on TNT, you need to block out 6 hours of your time just to watch that. Not the new one.
Wow.
Where the one he
Right.
was in, the older one with Jack Black.
Black.
Yeah.
Holy
Oh,
fuck!
Jack Black.
6
Black.
hours?
6
I got
hours.
time. That movie's at the best.
Shout out to commercials. Man.
My favorite was
Shout out.
Did you see Tenacious D said they're making a second movie?
Yes.
Whether or not anyone wants to pay them for it,
Boy,
that'll be the
I
deciding
don't know
factor.
about that. I like the first one just because it's like maybe even as like a shtick.
It was a
Yeah,
while
it was-
ago.
Yeah.
It was a long while ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, folks.
on that note, we're gonna see some new stuff coming in the future, hopefully. But
Yep.
this is Soren.
Malcolm.
John, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.